Hi Stampers, this is Trevis. Welcome to Video Friday. And so today for our card, we are going to make a card using some product from the annual catalog. And so I think when the mini catalogs comes out, we're so excited, right? We're like, I only want to use product from the mini catalog or from Celebration. But if you look in the annual catalog, there's just some beautiful designer series paper and products. So Hues of Happiness and the coordinating bundle, which is Happiness Abounds, okay, is in the annual catalog. And of course, when the annual catalog came out, we were over the moon with this, but we used it a little while, but did we really use it to its full potential? And so today what I thought was we would mix that, the stamps, the designer series paper with some product that's in the mini catalog. And the frame florets dies have been around a little while. They were featured in a promotion, a 1-month promotion. They carried over to the mini catalog, hoping that they're going to carry over to the next annual catalog, but we're not sure. And we need to use up a lot of this product, a lot of this designer series paper, because we already know there's going to be a color refresh in the new catalog that comes out May 2nd. And so some of these colors are going to be going away, right? Some maybe, hopefully not some of our favorites, but could be. And so today's card, I'm going to mix up some different products and make a very, very cute card. So let's get started. Let's put the camera down. Okay, see if that's straight. It's always hard for me to tell. Maybe not. Okay, there. I think that might be better. I hope. Okay. So what I'm going to be using today is just one stamp pad. It's called Fresh Freesia. Okay, so that's an in color that is actually going away at the end of April. Okay, so this color, unless it makes it into the new color refresh, which I don't know for sure. So that's a stamp pad I'm going to be using today. And I am going to be using, as I said, Happiness Abounds stamp set. This is a photopolymer set, has 15 stamps in it. And the cool thing is that the dies cut out a lot of the flowers from the Hues of Happiness designer series paper. And so that's what I did today. I took some of that paper and I cut out some of the flowers and leaves from the designer series paper. Okay, so these are the pieces that I cut out. And then I used this piece of designer series paper. Now, this is a 12 by 12 paper. So if you use a 5 by 2 inch piece of paper on your card, your paper is going to go a long way, right? And so this piece has been in my stash here, and I'm like, let's use that up. Okay, so what do I see when I look at that? I see Coastal Cabana, and I see Fresh Freesia. So what I did in advance was I cut out couple of the frames. Okay, so I cut out this frame from Frame Florets, and I cut that out of Fresh Freesia. And then I cut out a white center. So when you cut this out, you're going to get the center, right? That's going to be Fresh Freesia. Well, I didn't really want to use that today, so I cut out a white center. So I have those two pieces. And then I wanted to cut out a piece of white cardstock to layer on top of my card base. And so what I used was also from Frame Florets, this big oval, and it has little tiny hearts. And so when you cut this out, all the little tiny hearts fall away and you get this. Okay, so you get all those little tiny hearts. Okay, so let's assemble this card now. I'm also going to add some of our new gold and silver trim combo that's featured in my online store. So I'm going to be using that today. I'm going to be using some embellishments. So I'm hoping you like this card. Okay, so this is 5.5 by 8.5, and this is Coastal Cabana. Now I'm just going to adhere this to the front of my card. So this is 5.25 by 4. And as I said, I cut that out in advance on my cut and emboss. So I'm going to adhere that. And then this is that 5 by 2 inch of the designer series paper. So I'm just going to adhere this next. And I'm going to leave some of that white border show on the edge. And I'm going to cover up half of the hearts. All right. So we have that part of our card. Now I put some dimensionals on the back of this frame. I put some of our tiny little dimensionals on the frame. I'm going to take that sticky off. This is where those tiny little dimensionals come in handy, right? Because if you were using the big ones, and you can certainly do that, you would be trimming them and cutting them to fit. Don't really need to do that with these tiny ones. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to center this in the center of these hearts. And I'm going to adhere that. Okay, now I have this white piece. And I want to stamp a sentiment on here before I adhere it to my card. And so I'm going to go to my Happiness Abounds. And I'm going to use Best Wishes right here. And I have to see if this is going to fit on this oval. Okay, so if it's a little long, I could actually do this in sections. Okay, so I could do some omitting. I'm going to do that right now. So I'm just going to stamp Best. I'm going to ink up Best. And I'm using, as I said, I'm using my Fresh Freesia pad. Okay, so I'm going to clean this off. And you need to clean it off really good, because you don't want that Best to come up again. And I'm just going to ink up Wishes. You could do this with a marker also. If you don't have the stamp pad, you can ink these up with markers and do this omitting. Okay, so I have Best Wishes. All right. So now I'm going to put some larger dimensionals on the back of this. I'm going to actually put 5 because I don't want that center to bow down. Okay, so I'm ready to adhere this to the center of my oval. And the reason I stamped it so far on the side here is because I want to adhere my flowers. Okay, so I want to position these before I glue them down. Okay, so this has dimensionals on it. If I put dimensionals on here, then this is going to need 2 dimensionals on the back to pop it up even more. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put dimensionals on this side. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then I'm just going to put adhesive on this side. My fingernails are finally growing, and they're perfect for actually the pulling off those backs of those dimensionals. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and adhere some of these. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I just need 1 dimensional right here. And the rest is going to stick to the other part of the frame. So only part of this is going to be popped up on this side. The rest of this is just glued down. And then I have 1 more flower. And I think I'm just going to glue it straight down. I don't think it needs any dimensionals. Okay, and then a couple leaves. Now these are all trimmed from the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. Oops, stuck to my finger. Tuck that under a little bit. Wow, so cute. All right, I have 2 more cards that I already did, like using different papers and things, so I'm going to show you those when I'm finished. Okay, so now I'm going to pull up these twine. I have the gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo pack. So you get 5 yards of each. And I'm thinking that the silver might be my favorite for this card. Okay, so I need to trim this away. This is the hardest part of opening these. Maybe I should have done this in advance. I think. Yes. There we go. Okay, I'm going to tie a bow. Yes, that's always fun. I know you're laughing, Jean, because we always go round and round about me tying bows on camera. But look. It's not bad. Might need a little twist, but other than that, pretty proud of myself. Maybe it's the trim that made it easy. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, look, a little silver on my card. Now I want to use some, and if you're a paper pumpkin person, you probably have tons of these. So these are sheets of mini glue dots, and they actually work really well for when you only need a few. They're kind of, a lot of people don't like them because they rather use what comes in the box, and I get that. But sometimes you just need to use them up. Kind of use it up, girl. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this down. I'm going to pull this from behind like that. There we go. Oh, yeah, that adds a lot. Okay, and then embellishment-wise, I chose these. So these are going to be retiring, right? Because 21 through 23 in colors are going to be going away. So these are the opal rounds. And they're all the in colors. And I have not used the fresh freesia. So it's time to use the fresh freesia. Put these down. So you get lots of them, large and small. Okay, so there's my card today. And I have 2 other versions that I did before the video, and they are the same card. I just used different colors. And then on one of these, well, so there's this one. Okay, so this one I did the same idea because Happy Birthday was long, but I made it short. And then I used for my embellishments on here, I used the solid faceted gems. And then I tinted my ribbon. We don't really have any Melon Mambo ribbon. So this is Melon Mambo and Daffodil Delight. And since we don't really have any Melon Mambo ribbon, I went ahead and tinted it with a sponge dauber and my ink pad. So you can do that, right? This is just white ribbon, and I just did that. Okay, so this is the same card. It's just in a different colors. And then there's this one, which is the same designer series paper as this card. Okay, but this one I stamped from the stamp set. I stamped the flowers. Instead of cutting them out of the designer series paper, I actually stamped the flowers and the leaves, and I colored them with ink so that they would coordinate with the paper. And then I used the little brass butterflies. And I just used the ribbon, the white ribbon, straight up the way it was came off the roll. So there's 3 cards that are all really the same card, but they all look very different. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. I will see you on Tuesday for a thank you card. And I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for watching today. If you liked my video, please give it a like and a share. That helps me get more viewers. My name's Trevis Bossler. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you. Bye.